Alright, so we got low battery, so I'm praying to Jesus that we can get through this within one piece. Hey everyone, it's me, Padam P, and it's already been 1 week of 2015, and I'm here to give you a brand new segment called, Well, Wouldn't You Want to Know What's Up with Celebs Wednesday? Title in progress. On January 6th, Ant-Man trailer was released, and I'm gonna have to say a good job on the editing team for making this movie look like good and exciting about a hero who shrinks. Like a pretty weak power. I also liked how Paul Rudd's character was funny and witty in it. And I like at the end of the trailer he said, "Is it too late to change my name?" Or like, oh, okay, so he's a fun guy. He knows his power is kind of shitty. I'm not completely sure if I will see this though. I mean, I've grown up with my family taking me to all these comic movies. Like, for my 10th birthday, we saw Spider-Man 3, which turned out not the greatest present. I mean, I am on the fence. I'm just not, like, 100% excited. But what gets me 100% excited is, okay, go to the trailer and pause at 1 minute and 29 seconds, and you will see Paul Rudd's rocking bod. That's what gets me excited. Okay. Also, Christina Aguilera might release an album. Okay. There are rumors that she will release a new album called Blonde with features including Pharrell Williams, Great Big World, to say something, people, Igloo Australia, and Rihanna. I'm guessing if this album is real because they have a leaked track list too. Good job on the collabs. That's probably a good idea, because you're going to need all the help you get, Christina, because, your last 2 albums didn't do the best. And you know what, Christina? It may be time to just hang up that microphone. You got 2 kids, you're engaged, and maybe it's time to start a new life of just judging people. Like The Voice. In music video news, Sia released a new music video of Elastic Heart featuring Shia LaBeouf and Maddie Ziegler from Dance Moms, also from her Chandelier video. It was interesting. They're in a giant, bird cage, and they're, fighting and stuff, and, they're making funny faces at each other, but it does have, a deep message, and it gets, real at the end. Their duet was pretty good, though, and, it wasn't, Chandelier good, because, hello. I am a Dance Moms fan, and I think it's so funny how, in the season 1 finale, Chloe got to be the star of this music video from an artist that no one gives 2 shits about. And now, Maddie has a music video with over 420 million views. So, Maddie still wins in the end. I just find that so funny. Sorry, Chloe. And speaking of more music news, Florence and the Machine, 3rd album, coming out this year. Oh my goodness. And she's headlining Coachella as well. Now, Ceremonials is one of my favorite albums of all time, and I am ready for some new music. Even if it sucks and blows, you still have my money, Florence. Don't you worry, you're still gonna get at least 1 copy sold, which was by me. And Real Housewives news, which a select few only cares about. Teresa is sentenced to 456 days in prison from Real Housewives in New Jersey, and she says she wants to do TV still, right, the moment she gets out. And, okay, it's just my only advice, which I'm sure Teresa's family is dying to hear advice from an 18-year-old who is still wearing pajama pants in the late afternoon. My only advice is don't do any TV that has to do with the whole jail sentencing, the whole you guys are going to jail thing. Keep that on the DL. And in people who that should really just keep their money and not be in the spotlight anymore news, Madonna has a new album coming out, which is Rebel Heart, and the album cover is wires over her face, which I was not in it for. And she, on her Instagram, she photoshopped those wires onto big leaders like Martin Luther King and Nelson Mandela. And I follow her on Instagram, and when I saw it, I was like, oh girl. Well, the battery did die, and the sun is setting, so not the most professional I've been. I'm probably not gonna buy her album, but I do like Bitch I'm Madonna featuring Nicki Minaj. I think that's a fun song, except for the end, it's a weird beat thing. Overall though, Madonna's just she knows what she's doing. She's just trying to piss people off so she can get more and more attention. Like, Wendy Williams covered that topic, so, like, a national audience knows now, you know? And finally, Justin Bieber and Calvin Klein have joined forces together, and he's now the face of Calvin Klein underwear. And he released pictures, and he's posting them all over his Instagram, and he's saying that 2015 is going to be his year. Because we all know 2014 was not his year at all. Yeah, we can all agree on that. TBH, I think he's going in the right direction. I don't really enjoy his music that much, and I don't really like his personality that much either. But, I mean, when you're hot, you're hot. Like, sorry, he's just so beautiful. I'm sorry. You know what? The less clothes, the better for his career overall, because that's what we want. Sex sells, Justin. Sex sells. Keep it up. And now it's time for the lightning round segment. Lightning round, lightning round, lightning round. Oh boy. Okay, calm down. Blake Lively gives birth to Ryan Reynolds' child, and that's it. That's all I got. Shout out to Alicia Keys and So It's Beast for having their second child named Egypt. And Tamara Mari's preggers. Chris Rock is heading for a divorce, and he says he won't give any alimony to his non-rich celeb. So, good luck for her. Cameron Diaz did a surprise wedding, who turns out is worth $70 million, which is the bigger surprise for me instead of that surprise wedding to Benji Madden, who I've never heard of. And in the news of hot people, Sofia Vergara and Joe Magdanello is getting married. They're engaged, and after 6 months of dating, they're together. I mean, beautiful people getting married. We hear that constantly in celebrity news. And then a new episode of Oprah's Masterclass, Jay-Z talks about topics dealing with racism in culture on hip-hop. He says, quote, "It's difficult to teach racism when your kid looks up to Snoop Doggy Dogg," end quote. And finally, a great YouTuber I like, Grace Helbig, is getting her very own show on E! Coming out in April. So congrats, Grace. I'm really looking forward to it. And then our final segment is Playlist of the Week. Which is pretty much just some of my favorite songs I've been enjoying throughout the past week. And I got 5 songs for you. There's Ellie Goulding's new song that's for the 50 Shades of Grey. It's called Love Me Like You Do. I thought it was gonna be like weird and like kinky and shit, but it's still like romantic and nice, but it's still very sexual, but I love it. And then on the radio, I heard this new song called Too Cool to Dance by Eden XO, which is an up and coming new artist. And then I saw Into the Woods during Christmas season, and I mean, it was good, but one of my favorite songs by far on it was No One Is Alone, and I've been listening to that quite often. Also, and going back into that Broadway mood after Into the Woods, so I've been listening to some Kinky Boots, and I like the song Sex is in the Heel. Kinky Boots, that's a good one. And finally, my last song for the playlist of the week is Fool's Gold by Fitz and the Tantrums, which I also heard on the radio. Turns out, with the radio, you discover new artists and new songs. Who knew? And that is it for what did I say? Well, wouldn't you want to know what celebrities are doing? I forgot the title already. Finally, I want to say sorry for the Detroit Lions. You know, I live in Michigan, and we suck. But then somehow this year we made it to the playoffs, and the goddamn Dallas Cowboys, they took it away from us. Also, shout out to Florida for having marriage equality. We're getting closer and closer. And then thoughts and prayers about the bombings of the AA. And also, I'm sending thoughts and prayers to the NAACP bombing and the terrorist attacks in Paris. So you got to keep real news in it, too. And that's all I got. Can't wait to see you next Wednesday. And I have more videos coming out, including my review on Amy Poehler's book and my review on Grace Helbig's book. So, hope to see you then. Alright. I need to realize, Ellie's an amazing artist. My brother's screaming, pardon me.